All right, trying to make sure all my stuff's working. I have like so much stuff to get ready in the morning. Yeah, for some reason. Yeah, for some reason my other stream didn't start. Don't know what happened with that. All right, sorry about that, guys. Not really sure what's going on there. I guess we encountered a little bit of issue with the setups this morning. I guess it happens. All right. So we already had some pretty wild movement this morning. I'm kind of looking for a move up to the upside this morning. All right. What's up, man? How are you doing? Oh, just ready for the day. Ready for the day. Hopefully it don't go too bad this morning. Volatility looks super high again today. So, yeah, I know. I saw VIX was a 2021. So I was like, man, more in crazy swings. I think today, do you think we may get a sell off today because everybody's going to be selling their stocks to find money to buy that new SpaceX tomorrow? I didn't know if a lot of people was going to be moving a lot of money around to free up some cash for that new SpaceX stock that drops tomorrow. Oh, you think we go to the upside? I thought they would maybe save that for SpaceX tomorrow whenever that drops on the market. What's up, Carlos? Oh, then you think they're gonna do a pump and dump with that? Get everybody to buy in and just drop it. I know, trust me, I thought about that too. I was like, man, I wouldn't mind buying a few shares of SpaceX, but before it got out of hand, I feel like it's almost safer to wait till they finally do their first split. Whenever they do their first split one day, to try to drum up some income. But, I don't know how long that's going to be. I'm pretty sure there'll be quite a few of them. Not the time. Wait a few days and buy on discount. Uh, yeah, I guess we'll find out tomorrow. It just seems like there's going to be another Nvidia type day where, it's going to be like the SpaceX earnings and all that stuff. And they release that and you just get some wild, crazy movements. So I am kind of liking the pop to the upside this morning, at least for my 10-point trade this morning. Then after that, we'll just sit on our hands for a little bit and see if we can find our elusive trade. We're less than $200 away from a $500 payout with elusive on one of the accounts, but we also have to make at least one more $100 day. So hopefully we can either get that today or tomorrow. Dude, I don't buy pre-market. Ugh, that's scary. Most time I buy pre-market, man, I get trashed on. I do like the move to the upside. We're above the whole number. Um, I don't like taking trades in the whole numbers. So all I care is we get 10 points. That's all we really care about. Excuse me. I didn't even really look at the my ES levels today, guys. You're going to outline your charts. Ooh, shoot, I forgot to bring up my other charts here. Mm, I'm trying to see where that lines up on that opener. I don't like where that hits. All right. The one chart that I have over there to the here is the 15-minute chart. Do I want to attempt this? I got 2 minutes left. No buying green, selling red. Yeah, I tried that a little bit yesterday when you were talking about that, where I tried to sell on a green candle for like that little pop back up. Hmm. We got 1 minute left, guys. 1 minute left. This first trade we do is just a straight mechanical trade. There's not really much to it. You just place your order and what happens, what happens. So, it's going to pop out already, guys. Dang it. Eh, yeah. My charts are freezing. I can't drop it. So we just missed the bottom. So we missed the trade to the bottom side for that quick 10 points. It got the 10 points, but there was just no way for me to place it. All right. We got a pivot at 38. Set a sell limit above the London. I'm not sure what the London high is. Let's see here. I think that's the London high. Let's see. Yeah. Nice. Look at there, man. Straight down at the opening. That was a fucking comment. It's dude, when it opens outside of the 15 minutes, it's really hard to grab those. So All right, we're just kind of sitting on our hands. I'm not really sure, playa. It may want to run the London highs up there. All right, we're just gonna be sitting on our hands for a few minutes and just kind of wait. I came in. He said, "What are y'all all watching on TikTok?" I don't. Uh, all right, guys, be careful. The VIX is very high today, so we're gonna have probably a lot of volatility this morning. So we are at the 4 hour low, previous 4 hour low. What's up, man? How are you doing? We're just kind of sitting on our hands at the moment. Man, there is so much going on today with war news and the the SpaceX news, and we had more news released this morning. So much going on in the market, man. You get these like random posts from also Trump that causes the market to go crazy. So I think that's what that one big candle this morning was before the news got released. So these swings are just insane. I was afraid the market was going to be totally F this morning with these big moves. Hmm. Nice pop. Remember, guys, we're getting such big swings. We're sitting on our hands at the moment. Hmm. What's up, Wes? What's up? We're just kind of sitting on our hands at the moment, Wes. Some of these swings are so massive that my stop loss would just get wrecked. And I got it set to a 30-point stop loss at the moment. 30 points would just get wrecked instant. So you're going to have a big stop loss on most of these trades. Yeah, I feel like I struggle the most when volume is this high just because it just doesn't fit with the way I like to trade. And so usually if I struggle, it's on this type of price action. And it's not that I won't have the direction picked right. It's just I can't withstand the stop loss. You're learning to trade around noon a little bit more. Yeah, it's probably best for smaller stop loss. Even yesterday, the ATR was still high yesterday during the lunch hour yesterday. Yes, you definitely got to have those big stop loss, and it's hard for me to risk that much on my small accounts because there's always that chance of it being wrong, and I can't withstand a 50, 60 point drawdown. Well, not on a 25K. I mean, I guess if I go in with one micro, that'd probably be about the only way I could do it. I would have to go in with one micro. We're at the wee wop. Usually, when you see this type of candle, sometimes you get a move down. That's kind of like that little inside bar trade. The only thing I don't like about it is how big the wick is. Hopefully, you're being careful if you're taking trades this morning. Hopefully, you're not going in with a mini on a small account. It would be instant wreckage. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but that was almost a 50-point wick. Still got about five. Wait a minute. Let's see what happens with this next 15-minute candle. We still got about 3 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. Use a buy limit on the previous low. Are you talking like the low all the way down here at the 28,250? Or the previous low at what, 840, 825? That's down there. I'm staying out of this at the moment. I'm not taking I guess any trades at the moment. We're gonna try to be patient and wait. Push. Another minute 40 seconds left. Oh, get on up in there. Hmm. That's some pretty wild volatility there, guys. Yeah, these wicks are insane. Looking for us to stay above 800, get outside this last 15 minutes. Sorry. All right. We just wanted our 30 points. That was really hard to call out or say because it was just happening so fast. What's up, Raul? All right, we'll have to wait on the next candle. I was trying to get out of that trade before we hit that 900 because most of the time, whenever we run up into whole numbers, we get resistance. Yeah, we grabbed our 30 points once it broke our 15-minute candle. We waited. If you notice how it happens so fast, this is where I talk about whole numbers a lot. So basically, it hit that 50. You got to be watching it super close. It hit 50. It bounced all the way back down to 25. Then once it hit that 25, once it started going up, that's when I smashed it. And we're outside of my 15-minute range. But I wanted to take it a little earlier because it did hit the 25, pulled back into the 800, but it happened so quick that I couldn't react fast enough. See, look at this 50-point pullback off that 900. That was two of the Bulanox funded accounts. Ooh, big nasty wick here, guys. If you look where that went, this is something that I notice happens a lot. Look, we went to almost 50% of the 8 o'clock 15-minute candle. Now, it's hard for me to enter on some of these candles when the wicks are this big, man. And there's no wick on the bottom of this candle. Man, this thing's just. See? Wow. Fucking straight up, man. Oh, goodness. Nice if you had the boys to smash the long on that one. Yeah, there's your London high. Is that where you're thinking we come back down tall? A few more points there. Yeah, it's hard for me to set limits when I don't see like it's like when I don't like I don't know. It's hard to explain. So, do you take the short at the London high? Okay. That's kind of like the almost like the ICT kill zone levels, right? Still got about 2 minutes left on this candle. To the moon. Wow, dude, what a 15-minute candle. This thing's like 250 or 150 points. $62. All right, guys, we're back to sitting on our hands, and we'll see what happens in a few minutes. See if we can find a trade for our elusive account. The next short, I will take it at the previous New York high. Yeah, that's how far away is that up there? 251. It may be a little bit different. It may be the 4 o'clock. I didn't know if we would get a retest of 35 here. I mean, retest the top of the London highs along with the top of this 4 hour candle at 935. Are you talking about here? Oh, previous New York high. Yeah, it should already be marked out. Well, it may have a different time because I don't know what. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's marked out already. It's marked out at 250. The previous day high. Yeah. What's up? You would almost think this candle would be kind of like your consolidation candle, with the next candle being your candle to move higher. Stops the blunt the London highs were taken out. I'd like to have a new 5 minute candle here. And also a new 15 minute candle. Ah, nice. Ah, oh my goodness. That locked in at least a $500 payout from Lucid there. Sorry, I was so focused on that. I was like watching it, wait for it to hit that 26,000. Oof. Oh, I'm sorry, Prayer Kid. I got so focused on the charts there, man. Like watching my P&L because I was trying to hold on to my trying to hold on to that. Yeah, sorry, man. I got super focused. So that would be our first payout with Luciv. So we hit the five because you only got to make $1,000 with Luciv, but I'm going to pay myself because so it'll still just leave me with $500 drawdown, but we still trade fairly small. So this was the first trade this morning. That was from last night, and this was this trade that we just took here. Once we broke back above those London highs, or back above that 4 hour high, I guess. So, ugh. Heck yeah. Let me get off those charts real quick so I don't make a mistake. Nice. Yeah, look at that 15-minute candle, guys. So we were kind of watching that 15-minute candle as we were taking that. You had this nice big bullish 5 minute or 15-minute candle. Then you had it kind of wick in the top of our 1 hours and 4 hour candles on top of also that London high there. The only thing I was not a fan of here was how large this wick was on this 15-minute candle. Oof. I'm hoping we can finally pass a very first eval in the Asia market because it takes me forever to try to pass a eval to get to funded in Asia market. We're about $250 away. Because remember, guys, whenever I'm trading in the Asia market, most of the time we're only looking for like $100. You put the dude. We had two nice longs this morning. Prayer kid already pay out. Woof. Now we can chill. Okay, you're thinking this may be the New York sweep of yeah, because that also the 4 hour trade or the 4 hour highs right there. So to get the second account to pay out on Elusive, I got to make $480. So it's still got a little bit of ways. The goal is to concentrate more on my elusive accounts because with my Beulah, don't get me wrong, I like trading my Beulah accounts because I mean I've taken payouts from them, but you got to make so much more money. You got to make like for 50K, I got to make $3,600. So you definitely got to put the grind in on those elusive accounts. I have 25K that I got within like $400, and I just had a pretty much rough May where it seems like what it is, I wasn't trading them consistency. I wouldn't trade them every day. Then when I do finally trade it, I take the loss. And that was kind of what was happening with my Beulah Knox accounts. So now we can just kind of chill. I think we may look for an eval trade on the next one. I have this eval account that I blew up the consistency rule the other day. And so for a 25K, guys, I have to make $3,400. So, and what do we got in this thing right now? Let's see. We're 26,900. So I still got to make 1,500 more dollars to pass this elusive 25K. So we just, I didn't realize that this elusive count had a 50% consistency rule. So we blew that one up bad. Tall, did you take that short up there at those highs like you were talking about? Or are you still going to wait for the previous day high? Thank you, Just Go here. Got here. Oh, you did? Nice. Oh, nice trade already, man. So did you get short from 15? Would that been your short spot? And we had equal highs up there as we were running back up there. The Lucif accounts, Clarity, or Lucif. I might have pronounced it wrong. It's possible. We'll blame it on the southern accent. We do pronounce words differently sometimes. Nice, nice short off those highs, then, man. Lucif, Lucif. Yeah, like I said, just whenever I pronounce some words, man, they just sound differently. It's funny. My sister does the same thing. Ooh, 100-point trade there, tall. Nice, man. What's your target on this? Are you targeting the low? Dude, today you can just win on both sides. You're short at 970. We didn't hit 970. You mean 870, right? Parakid? Yeah, Nick, he's usually in here every day. He must have stayed up late last night partying for the Knicks win. I guess he's a big Knicks basketball fan. And I saw on TikTok they had like one of their largest comebacks ever. So congrats to all you Nick fans. If you're a Nick fan, sorry if you're a Spurs fan. Not disking on anybody. If you're a fan of that team, there's nothing worse than being on the losing end of any sports team, especially if you're like a huge fan. Because I used to be that way. I used to be a big like college football fan. I mean, I still watch it, but it's not like it bothers me anymore as far as win or losses go. So I almost feel like we go back up there. We have no wick on that. We have no wick on the top of that candle. That 5 minute candle. I'm gonna wait and see if we bounce off the 15 minutes here. Here comes that 15-minute bounce. And we only got 20 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. This was also an inside bar too for anybody that likes inside bars. Do you think we go back to the highs here, Tall? All right, I'm going to give this one a little bit more room. Just the fact that this is an eval trade, guys. Or I would even possibly re-enter if it comes back and stops me out. May get stopped out on my runner. Got stopped out on the runner. Looking for this 50% area to hold on this 15-minute candle. Whew. Guys, we are going to be super aggressive with this account because this is that one I got to make all that money on. So please don't, these are the trades I don't recommend following. My runner's probably going to get stopped out again. All right, runner's about to get hit again. All right. I don't know if I want to try that again. No, like I said, these are eval trades. Please do not follow eval trades. I don't trade eval and my funded's the same. So I've been debating to even trade my eval trades on stream. Just because I trade them so much more aggressively. So this account, I have to trade a little bit more aggressive because I blew up the consistency rule. It's a 25K that I have to make like 17 or 1,500 more dollars to pass it. And so we're only going in at the moment 3 micros looking for runners. So we are not over leveraging. So please don't follow these eval trades, you know, going in super heavy. You know, I don't want nobody to mess up their accounts. Now, funded trades, I'm okay with people if you want to follow the funded accounts. Because, you know, those are the ones that I usually put my best foot forward to try to find the best trade. But when it comes to evals, I do not. Yeah, we'll try to get back in long with you in a minute. I was waiting to see if we break back out of this 15 minutes. Uh, I'm trying to save TikTok here. All right. Remember, guys, we're on eval only. Uh, let's see, 0, 9, 50, 20. Look at the longs go. Remember, Tall, on my accounts, man, I cannot sit through drawdown like that. I have to take the stop out and re-enter on my runners. This was where trailing. Well, luckily, elusive is at end of a day, so you don't have to worry about it as much. But a lot of my accounts are those trailing drawdowns, so you really can't sit through a lot of drawdown. So that's why it's even so hard to hold trade so much. We entered this one on a Rico candles. Pretty much the same long we were looking for a while ago, where we were longing around our 15-minute candle. So basically, we just went to what the bottom of our 15-minute candle low, then busted back out the top. So same exact thing. It's just like I said, I cannot sit through 50 points of drawdown on my runner. So that's why all my runners kept getting stopped out on those. See what happens here at 875. You kind of need to see it bounce here. Yeah, I guess we can take some profit just in case. If this was a normal account, I would have take profit. But the fact that it's that freaking account that I messed up, so it need to see the bounce right here. If we lose 38, it's coming back down. All right. Runner got stopped out. I got to make sure I'm on my right accounts. I can't mess that up. Ugh, that's the only thing about these big swings, man. My runners have just been getting trashed. I mean, there's nothing worse than being up 100 points and I only take 20 points out of that. That is the worst. And see, that will screw you on the end of day drawdown. Not end of day, but trailing drawdown. Luckily, these counts are a luckily these accounts are end of day, so it doesn't mess with you as bad. But on trailing drawdown, that's just as bad as a loss. Uh, all right. Yeah, we're looking for a spot to jump in. I can give you my Discord link. My runner may get stopped out again here, guys. Frick. Runner got stopped out again. Wait a minute. Okay. Give me 1 minute. Let's see. Let's see what time it is. 10:30. Ooh, this thing's just whipping on both sides, guys. Remember, guys, the VIX is super high today, and so we're getting massive swings. So you can be right on both sides. That's the only good thing about these large swings. So it's just you got to be careful with your runners. You kind of see what's happening with my runners. We're nailing that first 10, 15 points, but my runners have been just getting smashed because of the swings. Downtown. Oh, my goodness. Prayer Kid, are you still holding your short down to 645? Nice, dude. Nice for holding that. No trade for you, Nick. Did you make all your money last night? Is that why you're not trading today? I did get my I figured you stayed up late last night partying with the Knicks victory. Especially after being down 27 points. I was like, man. So I figure you were up late. Hmm. Is this thing gonna give us a little pullback? Remember, guys, we're being super aggressive with these accounts, so please don't follow these trades. I did hit my $500 payout for Elusive today, so it'd be my first payout with Elusive. Yeah, I figured that because Methodical put in the chat, it's like, dude, they're down 27 points at halftime. Ah. Dirty old Wicks, I swear. Dude, today you need to be taking your profit, man. As you can see, what, the third time that we've been up almost 50 points and gotten stopped out. That's the third trade that we've been up at least 50 to 100 points to come back and get stopped out because we're not putting our stop loss where it needs to be. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the problem. But you know how it is on these small eval accounts, man. It's hard to do that. Heck yeah, dude. You've been on a roll lately, man. I'm hoping by the end of the month we can hit that second payout with Elusive. We need about 480 with that one. Dude, Eden, this is insane. I'm not gonna lie. The wicks are just brutal this morning. Like completely brutal. It's kind of like, yes, look at this big trade. Then it's like, oh, got you, bitch. And then it pulls all the way back like 100 points. It's like, ugh. It's like there's no way for me to have a stop loss sitting at this previous swing at 760 on a 25K eval. Dude, Clip, these wicks are just brutal, man. You got to take profit. As soon as you get in, try to hit your quick profit. Every runner has gotten smashed from me today. Like, I made nothing off my runners. The only accounts that I made money off was the funded accounts. And the only reason why I made money from those because I closed it at 30 points. So, oh goodness. And what sucks is like you can be right and wrong at the same time with these wicks. And it's been like this all week long. Mm. Oh, excuse me. And it's even worse for me because I'm trading on, I got $1,000 in drawdown. So I don't have a lot in drawdown on these small elusive accounts. Oh. Nick, so when you request a payout with elusive, do you got to wait till the trading day to end, or can you do that as soon as you get those to that level? End of day. Okay. Okay. See, it says payout eligible, calculated end of day. Okay. Nice. Dude, we only had one red day the whole time trading this account. That was our one red day out of trading this account for the last several weeks. So, and this is just trading the funded accounts every day. This is why I said, guys, don't ever follow my evals. But funded accounts, it doesn't bother me if people follow because I usually put my very best effort in trying to find winning trades with my fundeds. But evals, no. So this is why I try to let you guys. That's why I repeat that all the time. Yeah, Clip, if you're over leveraging this price action, man, it sucks. Like I said, dude, I was up 100 points while ago and won on the same exact crap here and another 50 points. But you got to think, I'm only in 3 micros, so I'm not in very heavy. But it doesn't take very much when it's just whipping 100 points. Were you in green at all? What'd you do? Get up in the green and it just come back on you? Oh yeah, dude. It took me 2 years to get comfortable trading funded accounts. The best thing that's worked with me with funded is to have a set loss for the day. So with my fundeds, it's always $100 to $130. So, and I broke that rule one day last week on my Bulinox accounts. And I made a little video about me breaking that rule because I lost 300 and something dollars on my funded accounts on Bulinox. So now to get a payout with Bulinox, I have to freaking make another $900. So I had that account all the way up to 27,000 and I'm back at 26,776. But that is strictly 3 micro trades every single day, and no matter what happens, happens. So, and it's the same way with these Lucif accounts 3 micros only. Look for a quick 10 points. And if you can get money off your runner, great. If not, like if you go back and look at a lot of those green days, a lot of those green days were only $40. Oh, you do 3 units too? Okay, see, that's where I like to stay. That's pretty good. $1,200 straight. And see, I used to be bad about that too, where I would have like 4 or 5 good days where you're saying you're making $1,200, then lose it all on one day. That's usually there is usually even more devastating. Even with funded accounts, man, you can put in like 2 weeks of hard work on a funded account, then lose it all in one day just because you're not putting your account away after your loss. That is something that's helped me the most. Like my Bulinox accounts, I've been trading those same Bulinox accounts for 7 months. Oh yeah, dude. If you're a month in, the the emotion side of that is so hard to control. To me, sticking to that strict $120 to $30 loss is what's helped me the most. Let's see. See, I haven't really been concentrating as much on these Bulinox accounts lately because of I started focusing on so here's my stupid rule broke here. Look at this. Everything I like I said, everything's usually under $150 on my losses most of the time. Look at this rule break right here. You can see where I broke that rule. I broke my rule. I decided to take 2 trades with that damn account. And it cost me. It never works whenever you go back to back. Like if you take a loss and you try to get it back, it never works. You just got to put it away. It cost me. Uh, the last time I done it on this funded account was back in December. I broke the rule once in December on this account. But we've been trading this funded account for 7 or 6 months, or maybe 7, and we're working on our third payout with this account. But I had a pretty rough, I feel like I had a rough May though. And plus, I didn't get to trade this week here because I was out of town. The only reason why I had $4 because I had to take at least one trade. So, uh, like I've had 72 days of trading on this one account. We've taken $2,000 in payouts on this one. So we're working on our third one, but man, we got to make another freaking $1,000 to get a payout. So that's why I've been kind of focused on my elusive lately, just because it's a little easier to make $1,000 than it is to try to make $3,600. But I want to say it's not even really the strategy that took me forever. You want to stop using these funded accounts at some point to control my own? Okay. Yeah, it like I said, man, it took me 2 years to start just kind of just the 2 years that took me to get by was not really making profit, was the over trading and over leveraging. That's what took me forever to finally like work on. Just turning off the account if I take the loss, just disconnect the account. That's why I like trading multiple prop firms. So I cycle through prop firms where right now I have funded accounts with three different prop firms. I have them with My Funded Futures, Luciv, and Bulinox. That way, if I take a loss on my Bulinox, I just put those away for the day. But where I was showing the other day, I didn't do that. You took over 40 trades. Whew. Now it's okay to take a lot of trades if you can get it to where you're cycling through multiple accounts. To me, if you're an over trader, to me that works best. So for instance, I overtrade because I'm streaming a lot because I'm sitting here in front of the computer, in front of the charts for probably 5 hours a day. So I'm here for 3 hours in the morning and most of the time 2 hours in the morning. Yeah, I'll check it, Tall. And so that's why I trade 10 different prop firm accounts. This way, if I take a loss, I just switch to a new prop firm or a new account. That way it kind of helps me from just taking all those trades on one account. Okay, so you are using the kill zone areas where it marks out your tall, where it marks out your the London, Asia, and New York AM session. I like those. Those are some nice little setups there on your charts. Oh, and use the bars. See, I've never tried those. Are those a lot? How is it trading those? Those little bar trade, those little bar that you're using there, Tall? Huh. Yeah, those are pretty interesting. Okay, so it shows the highs and lows of the close. Ah. Another thing I do clip is I try to use like cheaper prop firm accounts. Um so like Bulinox is usually cheap up front. Um Apex is kind of cheap up front too, but they're usually a little bit more on the back end. But usually if you're newer to trading, I try not to recommend like the more expensive prop firms where it's cheaper overall because it's cheaper upfront money. But how many of those upfront accounts are you going to blow before you get to your funded account? That is the actual thing to me. So a lot of times I'll use Bulinox because it's only like $15 evals. So the account that I trade in the Asia market in the evening, that's a $15 25K account. But if I pass it, it's going to cost 143 to get funded. But you also got to think about, let's say if you're buying 60 to $80 in evals from one of the other prop firms who is like upfront costs, how many of those evals are you going to blow two, three, four before you get your funded? Where, if you're blowing $15 at a time, it's not as, devastating to you if you're blowing through 60 to $70 on each account you're destroying. Because that's definitely the key in the beginning months is try to keep your expenses as low as you can. Because that's usually what most people end up quitting because it can get so expensive, especially in the early days. So like Methodical Man, the guy I trade with on My Funded Futures, and he streams also. He talks about this a lot, man. I think he said he spent around 30 grand in evals and funded accounts before he even started making money. You can even go look at Zero Day J. He's talked about that. Pine Tree, he's also talked about that. I mean, it's so easy to go through money on evals and or cash accounts. Oh, you spent 40K up front? Wow, that's pretty wild, Michael. I'm not. I've been doing this for almost 3 years, and I'm probably only about the 4 or 5. I mean, there's just I've always been super cheap, but I also trade super slow. Oh my goodness, that would hurt my feelings. Oh goodness. I don't know if I could even go to sleep at night, man. Mm. So, like the elusive funded accounts we have, I blew my first two elusive funded, and the elusive account that I just got the payout on was my third ever elusive account, and the fourth one is about $500 away, or 480 or so. Dude, congrats on holding that short all the way down there, Prayer Kid. Especially with these big pullbacks, man. That would have scared me out. 300 points. Look at Prayer Kid with the diamond hands. Heck yeah. The diamond hands. Dude, I can't believe it's already freaking 10 o'clock, man. Or 11 o'clock. I'm sorry, 11 o'clock. I live in Central Time, so I am an hour behind the Eastern Time. So I do say the wrong time if you're in Eastern Time. Mm. My goodness. What was that? His name? Clip. When you say three contract, does that mean three minis or three micros? We got the what previous day low all the way down at 410. Get out of here. Dude, freaking. I would like this to be like a consolidation candle if we're going to continue lower, where it creates like a nice little wick and a small body. Yeah, that's what all the way down at the previous day low, previous day close, and the current day open at 460s. Like I said, guys, we're still just kind of sitting on our hands at the moment. You got this previous 4 hour low, what, 527? Liquidity sweet spot. Ah. Is that 433? Let's see. We'll mark that out with you, tall. Yeah, they look a little bit different on those bars. Unless I had the wrong one marked out there. I might have the wrong one marked. 450. No, I have the right ones. 450. Sorry, I was trying to look at that. Then that other one, that's such a huge swing. See, those would be hard. Like those would be really tough for me to take on. Like especially that one that's like 75 points. I'm trying to see if I can't tell where. Oh, not price. Guys, we only have a few more minutes before we have to get ready to go to My Funny Futures. You guys are more than welcome to join me and Methodical Man from 11:30 to 12:30. Where are you seeing that at, Nick? Are you talking about because of these large wicks? Yeah, today you cannot be over leveraged, guys. Y'all saw me where some of these trades I'm up 50 to 100 points and I'm getting stopped out for 20 points. So it was a really rough, like the ATR is just crazy. This is definitely a day you got to have your risk management on. So, for instance, the elusive account that I was up 100 points in a while ago and 50 points, I'm only in the green $23. Like, that's how fast. Whenever I had my stop loss put where, even a deep stop loss, I was just getting wrecked on my stop loss. I was up over 150 points on this account today, and I only got 23 bucks. That's how bad the wicks were just getting me earlier. Woo. What's great about this, man, you can either be super right or super wrong. Like on the day when we got 100-point candles. I mean, you look at this 5-minute candle. It doesn't look like it, guys, but that's a 100-point 5-minute candle. So 761, 640. That's 120 points on that 5-minute candle. This is why you'll see me trying to wait for a 5-minute candle to print. Oh, 23 is better than nothing. True, it could be a lot worse. It just hate that I had so many points on those being up, then thinking that we're going to get the breakout and not really take anything from it. All right, guys, I have to get my stuff set up and ready to go for My Funny Futures in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Good luck the rest of the day if you're going to continue trading. Remember, try not to over leverage. If you have issues with over trading, just try to trade multiple accounts. That way, if you take a loss on one account, you can just switch to a new account. That's how I usually get by with trading multiple accounts. So, so like today, we traded 4 different accounts. And that was last night's session. So we were basically in this trading session, we're trading 5 different accounts just for the day. Even though we have a lot more we can trade, but those are the fives that we were trading. What's up, Sean? How are you doing? Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, we will be on My Funded Futures from 11:30 to 12:30. Uh, Hopefully the market will slow down a little bit during the lunch hour and it make it a little bit easier to join the trades. Thank you for joining, Sean. And everyone have a good rest of your day. Tall, thank you for sharing charts in the Discord. I may have to check out those bar candles one day just to give them a whirl. I know I see other people using them, but I've never used them, so I don't really know what I'm looking at whenever I see them. So may have to do a little research on those too. And that way, maybe I'll have a little better understanding what you're talking about sometimes whenever you're looking at your charts. Thank you guys.